Hey there, Aurelie here from withhisgifts.com. Welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Today I have another video tutorial for you, and we are going to be creating this lovely card. So let's get started. The stamp set that we'll be using today is the Paisleys Posies Stamp Set. Now this is a sneak peek at a brand new stamp set not available until September 1st. It is one of the many fabulous and amazing seasonal product that is in the new holiday catalog. So you're going to get a sneak peek today. We're also going to be using the Sunshine Wishes Thinlits dies along with the Bitty Butterfly Punch. For our ink colors, we'll be using the Bermuda Bay, the Dapper Denim. We'll also be using the Versamark ink pad with some white embossing powder. For our cardstock, I have my card base here in the basic black, and that is cut at 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. I have a piece of the soft sky cut at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I have a piece of scrap paper in basic black and a smaller piece of the scrap paper and the Dapper Denim. Some of the other things that we'll be using today are our rhinestones, a delicate doily, our snail adhesive, fine tip glue pen, glue dots, a sponge dauber, and my distress tool. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started with cutting out my big shot pieces. So I have my big shot. I'm going to go ahead and get my magnetic platform, an acrylic plate, and then I'm going to go ahead and get my piece of the scrap basic black. And then from the Sunshine Wishes framelits, I'm going to grab the word love, and I'm going to go ahead, place it in the corner so that you can save paper. Paper is precious and we want to preserve it. So I'm going to go ahead and run that through. And we want a total of 3 of these. Okay, so there's one. And then I'm going to go ahead and run this 2 more times, and I will be right back with you. Okay, and there are our words all nice and cut out. I'm going to go ahead and grab a grid sheet here because we're going to start using glue and stuff, and I just want to protect my work surface. So I am going to glue these, layer these to get on top of one another using my fine tip glue pen. So just start with one of them and just put a little bit of glue, just like so. Okay, a little bit goes a long way here, remember. Once you squeeze them together, you'll push the glue out to the edges, so there's no need to cover the entire surface. Then we're going to go ahead and pick this up, and we're going to get them together like so. Okay? Alright. Then we're going to do the same thing with the last remaining. And there you go. Okay, so this is just giving it a little bit of height, and it's going to sit on the front of our card, and we want it to have just a little bit of height. So that's all done, and we're going to set that aside. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is grab my piercing mat and the piece of the soft sky, my Versamark ink pad, and then I'm going to grab, I'm going to start with this stamp. Well, we're going to be using this one, and then this little flower here. So we're going to be using those two, and we're going to stamp a pattern onto our card base here. And I'm going to start with the larger one, okay? And again, just randomly stamping to create a pattern with interest. So start here let's keep going with our design. Next, I'm going to move on to my smaller paisley. And then I'm going to put one up in this corner. Okay. Then one in this corner. And then one right in the middle here, and we're going to come off the page a little bit, or the cardstock, just like that. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and grab the little tiny flower, and we're going to go ahead and just fill in some space. So one in that corner, right there. Okay, so there's the pattern, and I am happy with that. So I'm going to go ahead and cover up my Versamark. I'm going to move my pierce mat out of the way and grab a piece of scrap paper to collect my embossing powder. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and put some embossing powder all over the front of my card, like so. Okay, then we will spread it around so that we can get coverage . Oopsie. Okay. And looks like I need some maybe in this corner here. So, okay. Okay. That looks good to me. I'm going to go ahead and collect my embossing powder back into my container. Okay. And then I am going to go ahead and heat set this. Okay, so that's what it looks like so far. Next, I'm going to go ahead and grab my Bermuda Bay and sponge dauber, and we are going to use the emboss resist technique to add some color to the front of our card. So in a circular motion, we'll take our sponge dauber and we want to go over the pattern like so. Just start lightly at first, and then we'll come back to it. So we'll go over each of these more than once, okay? But we want to make sure that we start light at first, because you can always add ink, but taking away ink is not that easy. So, okay, so let's continue on and get all these covered up with our first layer of ink. Okay, like so. Okay, so now I'm gonna go over this again, but next I started on the bigger side of the paisley, so next I'm gonna start on this side, because when you first put your sponge dauber down, you have more ink on it, so you want to start on the opposite end than you did the first time, like so. Okay, just like that. Okay, and then let's go ahead and do that all the way around. Okay, so now we're just gonna go ahead and kind of go over, blending our lines a little bit, just like that. And that part is done. How simple was that? Okay, I'll put the Bermuda Bay ink away and grab my Dapper Denim. And I'm going to use the same sponge dauber, and then I'm going to coming off a little bit from, or starting off my cardstock and then coming in just around my edges a little bit, and then kind of coming down. So we want to just go around the edges with the darker color like that. Okay, So let's start out here, circular motion, and then like so, okay? And then come back and blend that in a little bit, like that, okay? Just like that. Alrighty. So this sponging technique is amazing, and this stamp set lends itself to this technique beautifully. So there is a die set, or yeah, there's a die set that comes with the stamp set, but when I placed my pre-order, I don't know why, I must have been distracted, but I totally did not get it and did not even realize it until I got this out yesterday to use it for the first time. So there will be plenty of cards coming with this stamp set, because it is gorgeous, it is beautiful, and the die set, the Thinlits, are gorgeous. So for sure there will be more to come. Okay, so there's that. Look how gorgeous that is. So the next thing I'm going to do, and you can stop here if you don't want to distress, but I'm going to go ahead and distress all 4 of my sides. Okay, and there's that so far. Next thing we want to do is grab our delicate doily and a pair of scissors, and we're going to cut this into 4s, okay? Or you can cut it actually into half, because we're only going to use 2/4 of it. So cut this half into 2 pieces like that, and we're going to use our fine tip glue pen to just ever so slightly get just a little bit of glue down like so, and then we want to go off the sides a little bit, okay, and you'll see why in a second. We're going to distress that a little bit so it kind of blends in a little better. Okay, so let's do the other side ever so slightly with our glue pen, and let's go off just a little bit, okay, like so, just like that. This card is really super easy to make, and it is just gorgeous. So then we are going to ever so slightly use our distress tool, or scissors if you are using scissors, to kind of distress the edges of our doily that we put down, okay? Remember, it is delicate, that the word delicate is in the name, which means, yeah, it's delicate, so just be very gentle. These doilies are very beautiful, very versatile, but very delicate, so just need to be careful. Okay? Alrighty. And then I'm going to take my dauber that should still have a little bit of the Dapper Denim, and I'm going to come around the edges of my doily like that. Okay? And then just come around the edges that we've distressed a little bit. Alrighty. So that's done. Let me go ahead and grab my card front, the basic black. Okay. Flip this over and grab my snail adhesive. And let's get this mounted onto the card front. Okay. Like so. Okay. So once my card is laid, I'd like to grab my fingernail, or not grab, or use my fingernail, and kind of further distress the edges a little bit, like so. Okay. There, that looks good to me. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and mount our word love right on the center of the front of the card. And for that, we're using the fine tip glue pen. So flip it over and put some glue down. All right, and then let's get it centered on the front of the card, like so. Okay, so next I'm gonna grab my piece. I know I told you that we needed a piece of the Dapper denim, but it actually was the Bermuda Bay, so our butterfly is in Bermuda Bay, not Dapper denim. So, my bad. Let's go ahead and punch that. And then we are going to grab 3 rhinestones. Okay, like so. I'm going to place those right down the center of my butterfly's body, like that. Let's fold up the wings, and then I'm going to go ahead and, using one little single glue dot, I'm going to pick that up with my butterfly, and then I'm going to place that right over. And there you have it. Super duper easy, super duper quick, and super duper elegant. So make sure you jot down the supply list down below. Then head on over to my website. You won't be able to order the Paisleys and Posies Stamp Set until September 1st. But make sure to put that on your wish list so come September 1st, you are ready to go. But everything else, you can head on over to my website and place your order and be ready to make these lovely cards at home. And if you don't already have a demonstrator, I would love the opportunity to earn your business. Visit me at my website at withisgifts.com. Check out what I'm all about and hit me up with any questions that you have. And if you've been thinking about joining the Stampin' Up! Family, I would love to have you on my team. Check out the Join My Team section on my website for all the details and hit me up with any questions. We're almost halfway through August already. Wow. If you haven't used up your bonus dollars that you earned in July, make sure you use those up before the end of the month. Also, if you haven't gotten your Thoughtful Branches bundle yet, make sure that you get yours today. It is available through the end of August or while supplies last. So you want to scoop yours up today. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you enjoyed this video tutorial, please give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Until next time, have a great day.